Hey everybody, John Van Dyke here for New Jersey Exposed. Today is Saturday, September 4th, 2021. Time is 6:29 p.m. Yes, Jersey time. All right, you know, I'm always doing stories about cops, what they're up to and getting arrested. Well, we're doing some stories about cops being sentenced. And this is one of those stories right here, people. And this is reported on, what does that say there? MILive.com. And this came out on August 26, 2021, reads as follows. Former Flint police officer sentenced to prison after guilty plea in sexual assault case. There you go, another sex story with a cop. Bad cop. Right there. All right, I have not read the full story. Let's find out what happened here. This is Flint, Michigan. A former Flint police officer has been sentenced to serve a minimum of 10 years in prison after pleading guilty to charges of criminal sexual conduct. Justin E. McLeod, that's M-C-L-E-O-D, a Flushing man who served 6 years on the Flint Police Department and was part of the agency's K-9 and motorcycle units. Oh, great, this is the guy with the dog. Well, we all know how I feel about these K-9 mutts, right? I think I made that pretty clear in some of my videos. Was sentenced August 23rd by Genesee County Circuit Court Judge F.K. Benham to serve 10 to 15 years in prison. McLeod, that's, I guess that's how you, McLeod, who was 36 years old at the time of his arrest, pleaded guilty to 6 of 18 counts against him related to the sexual abuse of 2 separate victims. The Genesee County Sheriff's Office arrested the former officer in November 2020 after an investigation into the assault of an underage girl. Well, how about that? What a surprise. Underage female. That's their favorite, boy. They got a thirst for that and taste buds for that. Isn't that right, Richard Conte, former sergeant of Howell Township? You like 15-year-olds, right? You wanted to lay naked with them. The initial issue came to light when a forensic nurse examined an Ascension Genesee Hospital received a call about a possible sexual assault according to prior reporting. During a November 18 press conference, Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson said his office coordinated with Flushing County Police to investigate the claims. In this case, McLeod pleaded guilty to 2 counts of third-degree sexual conduct, both reduced from a charge of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, and 2 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct with a child under the age of 13. He was sentenced by Judge Behm to B-E-H-M, to 10 to 15 years on each of the 4 charges, which will be served concurrently. 5 additional charges in the case were dismissed. Shortly after McLeod's arrest, a second person reported being victimized by this guy. Swanson previously said the second person was motivated by the courage of the first victim. In the second case, McLeod pleaded guilty to sexual conduct with the intent guilty to assault with the intent of sexual penetration in common law offenses and was sentenced to serve just over 6.5 years to 10 years and 40 to 60 months respectively. 7 additional counts were dismissed. The sentence in both cases will be served concurrently. McLeod is required to register as a lifetime Tier 3 sex offender and wear an electronic monitor. He was placed on unpaid leave and later terminated from the Flint Police Department after the allegations came to light. Well, once again, another Blue Zero hero thinking with the little head. Again, I'm going to say it. Gotta ask yourself, if I do this and I get caught, can I afford the consequences? So if your answer is yes, that having sex with somebody under the age of 13 is worth spending 10 to 15 years in prison, being a sex offender, registered sex offender for the rest of your life, if that's worth it, hey dude, You got what you asked for. If you ask me, it's not worth it. Guys, think with your little head. And you got another cop hiding out behind that uniform, using that uniform to make his way to young children. And this is why I am adamant about protesting against these propaganda pictures involving children. It's been epidemic this past summer of 2021 of photos of cops with kids eating ice cream, helping them with their helmet on while they're on their bicycles, buying lemonade, whatever it is, letting the kids sit in the police car, whatever it is. It's epidemic. They're using these kids to get to the parents. But then when the kid gets molested, the parents are like, oh my goodness, how does that? Well, it happened because you let it happen, parent. You let your child be around them and be alone with them. Just because they're a uniform, you know. Remember, what was that story? Was that Little Red Riding Hood where the wolf put on Little Red Riding Hood's outfit and pretended to be, yeah, that was Little Red Riding Hood, wasn't it? Where was that story where the wolf dressed up like a sheep or put on trying to pretend he wasn't a wolf and he was something else? Well, same thing here. It's been a long time since I read those stories. Somebody out there knows what it is. Remind everybody. Remind me. I think it was Little Red Riding Hood. They use their uniform to get the children, people. It's not good, and it's epidemic out there. How many of these stories they do? Sexual violence is their go-to thing. Second line is violence against men. Violence, violence, violence. That's what's working in law enforcement, people. Sociopaths who have no sense of empathy. It's all about them. They're narcissists. They're just doing things to satisfy their appetites. Disgusting. That's all I can say, people. It's disgusting. And I'm so sick of doing these stories, but we all know it's necessary to get the word out there that these cops are not all good. There's a lot of bad ones out there. There's not just a few bad ones. There's a lot of bad ones out there. And there's a lot of do-nothing cops out there that do nothing about it. And they're just as bad as the bad cops. And for you good cops that are doing something about it,
check the mic and make sure it sounds right, boys.
Doing it. I will support you 100%. I will support any good cop that turns in another cop that's being bad. And I'll go on a limb saying you people out there watching videos that you support me too on that endeavor. Till next time, people, I'm John Van Dyke.